What's up, y'all? It's Weebfox here, and another rule change. Doing this on a, not kind of on a whim, but also like a little bit different than usually. We're currently in Call Jeexx. Jeexx, make your appearance known.
Hello, fellas.
Yeah. So we're literally just about to record the episode, and we're just doing a little bit of banter. And I literally, when I was just talking about like how Super Quant, as if I can get my field spell, like this might be an actual game. I will not spoil what Jeexx is playing, but I literally was like, this might be an actual game as long as I can find my field spell. And we were talking about terraforming and how it's literally impossible to ever get into a deck outside of it actually being in the set. And we figured like we're starting to enter the era where actually a lot of archetypes want their field spells. So we figured that from now on, terraforming is just going to be another one in the generic card pool that you can play whenever. And we'll have to figure out what we want to do, because obviously 3 terraforming with 1 field spell, if there is just any field spell in the sets, will obviously be kind of table of contents type shit, but we'll figure what we want to do with that. But for now, just know that terraforming is joining the card pool of generic cards.
I would want to point out that table of contents allows you to search for itself.
Oh, that is
Therefore,
true.
terraforming does not do that. It's not the same thing at all.
You at least need 1 garnet, which
Yeah.
we're familiar with running anyways, but I don't know if at least I don't think we would care enough to do that in a set. So for now, we'll just say the simple statement of terraforming is now also a generic card that we can play whenever. So just a heads up, and we'll go record the episode now. So enjoy the intro and enjoy the episode. We'll see you then. Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, ladies and fellas, and welcome back to History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, this time back with Wing Raiders, and hopefully my kettle won't be making any noises in the background, but we should be fine. Wing Raiders, anyway, is the set for today, and right off the bat, one of the core things released in it are the Phantom Knights. The Phantom Knights, a series of dark monsters, specifically Dark Warriors, that have a pretty powerful spell trap lineup. Also, they have very varying effects, but they also, for the most part, share an ability where they can be banished from your graveyard for varying effects, like Ancient Cloak adds any Phantom Knights card from your deck to your hand except a copy of itself, and Silent Boots adds a spell trap, Phantom Knights spell trap, from your deck to your hand, and Cloven Helm adds a Phantom Knights card from your graveyard to your hand at end phase of the turn where it gets banished. And then you just have a basic extension and varying effects for Xyz monsters, and then Fragile Armor lets you send 1 to draw 1, and Rag Gloves lets you Foolish Burial, a Phantom Knights card. A Breaksword, also pretty good. It can pop itself and pop some other stuff. I don't know why I'm explaining the archetype now. I promise I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. The whole time I'm just thinking of 1 card, which I'm gonna explain anyway, and there it is. Speaking of the spell trap lineup, we have Phantom Knights Fogblade, which is essentially a Phoenix Chain. You target an effect monster in the field and negate the face monster's effects that face monster cannot attack. Also, monsters cannot target the face monster for attacks. And then when it leaves, you destroy this card, and then additionally you can banish this from your graveyard to target a phantom monster in your graveyard to special summon it, but it gets banished when it leaves the field. And the banish this from your graveyard to summon out a Phantom Knight can be used only once per turn. But Fogblade is essentially just a new Fiendish Chain, and that we know how good Fiendish Chain is. So Fogblade definitely something that I feel like we're going to be seeing in the future. Raid Raptors also get a lot of stuff here as well. Vanishing Lanius just gives you very simple spell summoning. Fuzzlenius can be spell summoned. Like, these are some of the like better Raid Raptors that we've seen, and hopefully in the very near future, like, I can finally play Raid Raptors. I've been holding on to it. If you know Raid Raptors, you know which card I'm waiting on. But yeah, Force Tricks comes out here as well. Probably the most like generically good Raid Raptor card. It obviously can also be splashed into some other stuff as well, because you can just use it to detach one and add a level 4 Darkwing Beast Buster from your deck to your hand. Revolution Falcon also pretty good. Then we just have some spell drop lineup for them as well. Then we have Super Quantums. Super Quantums are essentially they're Power Rangers. They are cards that have effects when they are normal special summoned, and also cards they have effects when they get sent to the grave by enemies. And then they have their respective Xyz monsters, which can't attack unless they have Xyz material. So some people are essentially, they have pilots in them, and then they have specific different effects, and the spell speed depends on who is in there. So if they have their respective rangers in them, they can be used in a quick effect speed. And then they get merged together to make Super Quantum, making Great Magnus, who's just a big boss monster. Magna Carrier is their field spell, and then we have Mega Slayer, which just like a the most win more card, I feel like, in the game. There's just a bunch of other stuff. We have also some reprints here like Cowboy and Shark as well. Just a bunch of good Xyz monsters. MST is in set actually, and Rhodes here as well to make Phantom Knights even better. We have the Forbidden cards here, Swallow's Nest here, Palamas Trap Hall makes return, Call of the Haunted Icarus stack, Xyz Reborn. Just a bunch of like pretty good generic spell traps, but definitely like there are 3 archetypes in the set, those being Super Quant, Raid Raptor, and Phantom Knights. Phantom Knights and Raid Raptor definitely being like the stronger ones, and Super Quant being a lot more niche one. But that was a really long set breakdown. Sorry that lasted 5 minutes. I started explaining Phantom Knights for whatever reason, when I swore like quite a while ago already that I wouldn't explain specific cards except for the like very highlights in the set. So sorry for that, I apologize. Hopefully you enjoyed the set breakdown regardless, and I will see y'all in the deck building sections next.
Okay, so we're doing Wing Raiders, which is one of those sets that I confuse with another set every single time that I think about it. That being with High Speed Raiders, because like you know, I actually, is it High Speed Riders? I think it's High Speed Riders. It's High Speed Riders, not Raiders. Yeah. It's Wing Raiders and High Speed Riders. Yeah. So this time around we're doing another deck building back, I think they're called. It has PK in it, it has Raidaptor in it, and it has Super Quantals in it, which is like not a relevant factor at all, I don't think. I think Raid Raptors and PK are the two that are gonna actually be like worth playing here. So to start off, because PKs are fire dark monsters and they have the ability to modulate the graveyard, I am running Dark Arm Dragon due to having access to it through another card in here that I'm kind of drawing a blank on right now. Let me see. Let me open Wing Raiders real quick on my other monitor and search for Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Yeah, there. Then we have Dark Greffer through the same card, which is here also to kind of modulate the graveyard while also giving us access to the ability to actually dump some PKs into the graveyard so we can set up some stuff. Super Quantum Red Layer, which is here as a kind of just extra body that I can summon out and I can maybe swing over things with using wings or sword. And then the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak, which has the effect that if this card is in attack position, you can target a dark monster on the field, change this card to defense position, and if you do that, monster gains 800 attack and defense until the end of your opponent's next turn. Until the end of your opponent's turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Phantom Knights Lancer from Phantom Knights card from your deck to your hand. Except Phantom Knights Ancient Cloak. You can only use each effect once per turn. And then we have Cloven Helm. If Phantom Knight's card is sent to the graveyard, this card gains 500 attack. You can banish this card from your graveyard during the end phase of this turn. Add one Phantom Knight's card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of the Phantom Knights of Cloven Helm once per turn. Fragile Armor. If a face of Phantom Knight's card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can spell summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send a Phantom Knight's card from your hand to the graveyard and draw one card. You can only use each once per turn. Ragged Gloves. A Dark XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. If it is XYZ summoned, it gains 1000 attack. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send a Phantom Knight's card from your deck to the graveyard only once per turn. And you can only use each effect of Cloven Ragged Gloves once per turn. Play. Silent Boots. This is the best one. This is like arguably the card that makes the whole deck work. If you control a Phantom Knights monster, you can spell summon this card from your hand, and you can only spell summon the Phantom Knights Silent Boots once per turn this way. You can banish this card from your graveyard to add a Phantom Knight spell trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. So essentially, this card, you summon any other one, you summon preferably like either Ragged Gloves or Ancient Cloak, and then you spell summon your Silent Boots, and now you're gonna make an XYZ, you're gonna make Break Sword, which is the effect that once per turn you can detach a material, target 2 cards on the field, and destroy them. And if it's destroyed, if this XYZ summon card is destroyed, you can summon out 2 Phantom Knights from the graveyard with the same level, and then increase their level by 1. So you go into this guy, you pop this guy, another card on the field, you summon out the 2 cards that you used for the XYZ summon, and then they're level 4 now, and because you destroyed a Phantom Knights card, you're gonna get to summon out Fragile Armor, so you get to summon out 3 cards at once, and then you make a 3 material card like Rongo Bongo or Masquerade, for example. But yeah, this is a pretty solid game plan, a really solid XYZ plan, but you can also obviously increase it by adding a lot more level 3 cards that allow you to dump shit to the graveyard, like a really good rank 3 that might be accessible in the next set. Then we have Dark Hole. Dark Hole dealings to modulate hand and graveyard. Forbidden Chalice. Target one physical monster on the field, negate its effect, gains 400 attack. Forbidden Lands become unaffected by spell traps, lose 800. Reinforcement of the Army. Add 1 level 4 or lower monster from your deck to your hand. And then 3 copies of that, obviously, all with the different arts. Bottomless Trap Hole, Fog Blade. Activate this card by targeting 1 effect monster on the field. Negate that face-up monster's effects, and that face-up monster cannot attack. Also, other monsters cannot target that monster for attacks. I feel like this is like important that it should say other monsters to specify that other monsters are affected by this effect rather than the card that it is targeting. When it leaves the field, destroy this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Phantom Knight's monster in your graveyard and spell summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Phantom Knight's Sword. Activate this card targeting 1 face-up monster on the field. It gains 800 attack. Also, if that target will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. When it leaves the field, destroy this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard and then target 1 Phantom Knight's monster from in your graveyard and special summon it. Each of these cards has this effect in the graveyard. Wings has the same effect in the graveyard and has an effect of targeting a face-up monster, gains 500 for this turn, and it cannot be destroyed once by battle or card effect this turn. And then we have Traptic Trap Hole Nightmare, which is just when a monster is spell summoned. A monster that was special summoned activates its effects this turn, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. And the Dark Armed is inside, Gallus the Star Beast in the side in case I feel like I need some more level 3 plays. Another red layer if I for some reason want to have more red layers in my deck. Cloven Helm, Ragged Gloves, Dark Holes, Chalices, Lands, more holes, more swords, more wings, more holes. Carney Gorgon, the Anti-Luminescent Knight. 2 level 4 monsters. During either player's turn, when another card or effect is activated that targets exactly 1 card on the field, such as Fogblade, such as Night Sword, such as Night Swings, and even Chalice and Lance, you can detach 1 material, and then you can target another card on the field that would be an appropriate target for that card/effect. That card/effect now targets the new target. So basically, you can redirect your opponent's Fog Blades to your opponent's monsters. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Dark Rebellion Dragon, 2 generic, detach to half a monster's attack if that attack this card. Goes to Gallicard, you can destroy set cards on the field, on the opponents on the field. Shark, you can attach 2, add a special summoned attack position monster as material to this card. Master Key Beetle. Once per turn, you can attach a XYZ material from this card, then target one card you control, except this card. While this card is face up on the field, that card cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this face up card on the field will be destroyed, you can send one of its targets to the graveyard instead. Rongo Bongo. We talked about Rongo Bongo before, we're not going to talk about it now. I think this is the first time we're going to actually maybe see this. So number F0, Utopic Future. It requires 2 XYZ monsters with the same rank, except number monsters. This card's rank is also always treated as 1. Cannot be destroyed by battle. So just to clarify, it has to be like Anti-Luminescent Knight and Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon that make this card, but also you do not transfer their materials to this card. Cannot be destroyed by battle, and neither player takes battle damage involving this card, and attacks involving this card. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled a monster, you can take control of that monster until the end of the battle phase. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed by a card effect, you can just attach one material from this card instead. So it's just gonna kind of yoink a problem card, keep it on your side of the field, and then just slowly wither you down. And then we have Super Quantal Mech Beast Grand Pulse, which has the requirement of 2 generic rank level 3s, and then it has an effect of once per turn, you can, instant speed, you can target one spell trap or a spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. So it's pretty much like a MST on legs. It has 2,800 defense, which is pretty fucking huge when you think about it. And then we have Break Sword, which I already described earlier. But that about doesn't. I think this. I think this deck is really fun. I think not Sampus. I think Phantom Knights are a really solid XYZ archetype that I'm glad kind of brought a little bit of life into. I'm actually no, never mind. Fuck that. A PK Fire is an archetype of deck that is really cool, and I'm really glad that PK Fire managed to stay relevant for like a gazillion years. But at the same time, PK Fire probably should have got shot way earlier. Not even PK Fire. Burning Abyss should have got shot way earlier. Because this is just gonna, like, when this comes out or came out, this just amplified the power that Burning Abyss had at the time. PK Fire being like the colloquial name used for Phantom Knights and Burning Abyss. It's PK Fire because Phantom Knights, Burning Abyss being fire, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think this deck is cool. The aesthetics are cool. I think the XYZs that they have access to are really solid toolbox cards, and I think you have a lot of flexibility in what you can do and what you can build with these. They kind of slot into anything. They're similar to, not exactly talking to more like Turtop, but they have a similar level of utility where they work as an engine that you can kind of build things around rather than having to make them your core focus. But yeah, I think it's a fun deck. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
And then guys and gals, welcome back, and here is the deck that we are playing today. So for Wing Raiders, I decided to bust out Super Quants. They get a little bit of support later on, but it's not much. So I figured like there was, if I was ever gonna play these guys, it would be here. Raid Raptor, I'm still looking out for a single card to be released, and then I'm going to be playing those. And the Phantom Knights I have already planned in the very near future to bust out. So I figured like I want to avoid repeating the same archetypes as much as possible, so I will play Super Quants here. I've always wanted to play the archetype anyway, so this seemed like the perfect opportunity to do that. But without further ado, let's see what we are dealing with these Rangers. And as you probably saw from the intro thingy, terraforming is now legal. With a name like this, like it's impossible to ever get into a set otherwise. And we're getting more and more into territory where field spells actually like are good, and even for some like some archetypes like the legacy support they get ends up often being just like, hey, here's a really good field spell. So we figured we might as well here introduce terraforming into the generic pool. So starting us off with our monster lineup though, we have a Super Quantum Red Layer, and all of these, to make this simpler, all of these have their own summon effect and go into the graveyard effect, which I will be referring to as such to make this go a little bit smoother. But for Red Layer, it's a level 5 Fire Warrior with 2000 attack. If you control no monsters, you can spell summon this card from your hand, and you can only use each of the following effects of Red Layer once per turn. And the summon effect is you can target a Super Quant card in your graveyard to add it to your hand, and the send to a graveyard effect is you can target a super quant monster in your graveyard except a red layer to spell summon it, but it cannot activate its effects. It doesn't get negated, but it cannot activate its effects. Pretty good stuff. Obviously, like able to get recovery with red layer is very good. Then we have super quantum green layer, 1600 attack, 1400 defense. The summon effect, you can spell summon a super quant monster from your hand, so it provides some swarming. And the send to the graveyard effect, you can discard a super quant card to draw one card. So just lets you filter your hand, lets you fill out your graveyard to then recover with red layer. And I can hear my pot is starting to boil, so hopefully that doesn't bother, or honestly, hopefully it doesn't through the mic, but it shouldn't. Blue layer, the summon effect, it's a 2k defender. The summon effect, you can add a super quant card from your deck to your hand, except a blue layer, and if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target up to 3 super quant cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. So obviously, like stuff likes being in the graveyard, but if you have like extra copies, multiple copies of the Rangers, like you usually don't need those in the grave. And obviously, as we'll get to later with the extra deck stuff, you can also shuffle those back to reuse them, which is very neat. But these are the core 3 Rangers, and then we have Super Quantal Fairy Alphen, a level 1 fairy with 0 attack and 0 defense. Once per turn, you can target a super quant monster you control, and all phase monsters you currently control become that monster's level. This is to help you modulate your swarmed super quants to be able to go into the extra deck place. And then it has another effect where you contribute this card to reveal 3 different super quant monsters from your deck, and your opponent randomly picks one of them for you to special summon to your field, and you can send the rest to the grave. You send the rest to the grave. Obviously an incredibly powerful effect, because all of these like summons happen on normal or special, and then the other 2 you send then get their send effects. So Alphen just kickstarts your place really well. And that is actually all of the monsters that we're running, because we have an extensive line of spell traps, a lot of which we are familiar with, so this shouldn't be too bad. But for the, I almost would call this like the training wheels for the deck. Like this, without this, the deck is so much worse. Mexi Magna Carrier is what makes the deck run. So it's a field spell. By discarding 1 card and targeting a super quantum monster you control, you can special summon a Super Quantal Mech Beast Xyz monster with the same attribute of monster by using only it as material, and it is treated as an Xyz summon. So essentially you just get 1-mat monsters, Shadow Zodiacs, and then you can send this card from the field zone to the graveyard to then target 3 Super Quantal Mech Beast Xyz monster with different names you control and or in your graveyard to spell summon out a Super Quantal Mech King Great Magnus from your extra deck, and if you do, attach the targeted monsters and their materials to it as material. So if you do it from the grave, you get a 3-mat Magnus, and if you do it on the field, you could get up to, 9 materials, but usually would end up being 6. But even with that, like, you would need kind of the god hand. And unfortunately, we don't really have any draw in the set. But as you can see, like, obviously needing only half the amount of materials as you normally would, and then being able to get out Magnus, while also the cost being a discard, so you get to filter out your hand and put the different Rangers in your grave that you can then use for the other ones. Pretty damn good. Then we have 3 MST, because the set has stuff like Fogblade and Bottomless, obviously, so we want to be able to get rid of them. Jesus. Sorry. I don't know what that was. Yikes. Terraforming, obviously to add Magna Carrier to our hand, it's the card that makes our deck run. Then we have access to Forbidden cards, so we have all 3. We have Forbidden Chalice, Forbidden Lance, and Forbidden Dress. Lance is there for effect negation. Lance is there... Sorry, Chalice is there for effect negation. Lance is there to protect from spell traps, but also to just maybe mostly not worry about Fogblade. And then Dress is there to protect our own stuff. And then obviously Monster Reborn with Xyz Reborn. It's pretty simple. So with Magna Carrier, we can summon out stuff using only 1 material. So especially with that, like having access to the mats is just really good. Single copy of Super Quantum Actual Magnet Slayer. It's just for fun. This is the most win more card in the game. Target Super Quant exists monster you control. Equip this card to it. It gains attack equal to its rank times 100 and inflicts piercing battle damage. And during your battle phase, you can send this equipped card to a graveyard. The monster that was equipped with this card can make 3 attacks during each battle phase this turn. Use this to give Great Magnus 1200 attack and then give it 3 attacks. It's not a good card, but it's funny. 3 Fogblade, it's essentially Fiendish Chain, but also you can summon out Phantom Knights with it. We don't care about that because, at least initially, we're not running into any of the Phantom Knights cards. But essentially, for all intents and purposes, it is a Fiendish Chain. But also, you can target the card target with this for attacks. Then we have 3 Bottomless. We've seen this a bunch of times. I don't need to explain Bottomless to you. As for a side deck, though, we have a small Phantom Knights package here with 3 Ancient Cloak, 3 Silent Boots, and 3 Ragged Gloves. Ancient Cloak, if it's in attack position, you can target a Dark Monster on the field. Change this card to defense position to boost the other Dark Monster by 800 attack and defense. More importantly, you can banish this card from your graveyard to add any Phantom Knights card from your deck to your hand, except another copy of Cloak. Silent Boots, if you control a Phantom Knights monster, you can spell summon this card from your hand. You can only spell summon it once per turn this way, and you can banish this card from your graveyard to add a Phantom Knights spell trap from your deck to your hand. Obviously, mostly just used to summon a Fogblade. Red Glove, a Dark Disease monster that was summoned using this monster at the field, gains 1,000 extra attack, Xyz summoned, and you can banish this from your graveyard to send a Phantom Knights card from your deck to your graveyard. Which you need because all of them obviously have, not all of them, almost all of them have banishing effects to get something out. Then we have 3 the Phantom Knight Sword, where you target a face monster at the field, give it 800 attack, and also if the target would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can instead destroy a sword. And then when it leaves the field, this card gets destroyed. You can banish this card from your graveyard to, once again, target a Phantom Knight monster in your graveyard, spell summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. And same thing with Phantom Knight's Wing. The only difference is that Phantom Knight's Wing gives it protection for only the turn, gives it slightly less attack, and is not a continuous trap, so it doesn't clog your spell trap zone. And then finally for our side deck, we have the Phantom Knights of Breaksword, a 3rd copy of that, which we have 2 more in this side as well. What it does, it takes 2 level 3 monsters, and once per turn you can detach 1 to target a card you control and a card your opponent controls and destroy them. And if this Xyz summon card is destroyed by any means, you can target 2 Phantom Knights monsters with the same level in your graveyard, spell summon them, and increase that levels by 1. And then it locks you into summoning only dark monsters for the rest of the turn. But it's neat because you can obviously, it can target itself. You pop your break, so you pop 1 of your opponent's card, it gets destroyed, you get the summon effect, you summon out 2 level 3s, make a level. They are now level 4s, and then you can make Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which is what we have this here for. Generic, you can do this to target a face-up monster your opponent controls, and permanently it loses half of its stack, and permanently Rebellion gains the lost stack. It's just very big. I'm not sure if we've seen Utopic Future before. It takes 2 Xyz monsters with the same rank except number monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, and neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the damage step, if you have discard battle on opponent's monster, you can take control of that opponent's monster until the end of the battle phase. And then if this card on the field, face up, would be destroyed by a card effect, you can just detach 1 instead. Very easy to summon in this deck because of Magna Carrier letting us summon out our mech beasts using only 1 mat. So obviously, like we can go into Grand Pulse to Magna Like or something like that, and then we can use those effects, and then we can use them to make Utopic Future, which is pretty neat. Shark, we've seen a billion times. I don't need to explain Shark to you anymore. Grand Pulse, 2 level 3s. This is obviously blue layers. Mech Beast, 2800 defense, very beefy, and this is shared among all of the mech beasts where they cannot attack unless they have an Xyz material, so I will not be repeating it for the other 2. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card to target a spell drop card on the field and destroy it, and this is also shared among these. All of these, the other 2 effects as well, where if they have the respective, if Gramples has blue layer, if Erebos has green layer, or if Magna Liger has red layer, the effects they have are quick effects, and then once per turn you can attach a super quantum monster from your hand or field to discard as an Xyz material. That is also shared with the other two. So otherwise they are just different levels, but and have all the same effects with different stat lines, except for the one specific effect that turns into a quick effect if they have their respective ranger in. Ouroboros, the green layer, dedicated one, 2200 attack, 2400 defense, 2 level 4 monsters, all the same stuff that we already talked about, and has a Book of Moon effect on detach. Magna Liger, same thing, but a rank 5 with 2600 attack. Same stuff that we once again talked about, and then the detach effect is popping a monster on the field. And finally, the big boss, Super Quantal Meching Great Magnus. This is where we throw out all the thematic stuff about Power Rangers away, and we're just, let's just give them a boss monster with really oppressive effects. 3600, 3200, obviously an insanely good stat line. 3 level 12 monsters, you're never summoning it this way, you're summoning it with Magna Curious effect that we already discussed. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon 3 Super Quantal Mech Beast Xyz monster with different names from your graveyard. And then, again, kind of like Rongominia, it gains effects based on the number of materials with different names attached to it. Oh yeah, different names. So, essentially 6 is the max. If it has 2 or more, once per turn during the main phase as a quick effect, you can detach one from this to spin a card back to the deck. 4 or more, it is unaffected by all the card effects except Super Quant cards, so something like Magna Slayer still works on it. And 6 or more, your opponent cannot add a card from the deck to the hand by card effects. So basically, your opponent only gets to add 1 card to their hand from the deck with their draw step every turn. It is insanely oppressive, but obviously this needs it to have specifically Magna Liger with red in, Ouroboros with green in, and Gramples with blue in. Later it's a little easier because they get an additional ranger in White Ranger and their respective mech beast. But for now, if you get all 6, you basically prevent your opponent from playing the game. It's an incredibly oppressive boss monster, and I guess for an archetype where, other than that, like, I think this is one of the most flavorfully successful archetypes in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, just everything lines up so well together. So they're big fuck you boss monster having fuck you effects instead of being like, okay, well, let's make this very thematic as well. It gets a pass. But essentially, it's a poor man's Rongominia. But with all that being said, though, honestly, 15 minutes, not too bad. But once again, I feel like I was yapping a lot. Because if we look at the main deck live, there's a third of our main deck is stuff we've seen before. I didn't need to yap about that. But pretty passionate about the deck, honestly. I think this archetype is very cool. I'm very excited to get to play it for the first time. So hopefully all of y'all enjoyed the deck breakdowns. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode as well. And I will see y'all in the dueling zone next. What is up, ladies and lads? Welcome back to the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, this time with Wing Raiders. And you saw the intro, so just heads up, terraforming will be hopefully appearing in this episode since it has entered the generic card pool. But Jeexx, how do you feel about Wing Raiders?
This is one of those sets where I keep thinking that it's actually the one that Cyframes came out in for some reason. Like High Speed Raiders
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like,
Wing Raiders. They just keep mixing them up.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think this set has 2 decks in it as
I thought 3.
a true intellectual. Yeah. There's 2 decks in this, yeah. One of them happens to be the one that I'm playing, and the other one happens to be not one that you're playing. Reinforcement of the Army. It has a cute anime girl on it. You know.
Go for it.
That's how we move. That's how we move. Yeah. And then I would like to.
This hand is dog shit.
Oof. Oh.
Something with this.
I would like to add to my hand a fragile armor because I'm very fragile at this very moment. And then I would like to set 2 And set 1 and pass. In my draw phase, by the way. In my draw phase.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
just gonna
guys.
say, like, that's a
I
lot
forgot.
of stuff to do. I mean, it doesn't matter. The
Nobody
threat
cares. It's
of
first turn anyway.
the threat of Fogblade is
Yeah.
here. Fragile armor. I don't remember what it does. Phantom Knight is
It
actually one of the
has-
few decks that I've actually played because it was in the what was it? Legendary decks or something.
Yes, the one that had Destiny Heroes in it as well. Yes.
Yeah, it was Heroes, Phantom Knights, and Acer.
And this is Fragile Armor is just the one that says if I face up Phantom Knight's monster I control, it gets destroyed by battle card effect, I can special summon it. And I can banish it from a graveyard to send a Phantom Knight's card from my hand to the graveyard and draw 1 card.
Roger, that's
Pretty bad.
I would like to summon out my mascot in Super Quantal
Yep.
Fairy Alphen.
Go ahead.
And I would like to tribute it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will
That's
reveal.
cost, by the way, so I wouldn't even be able to Fog Blade it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then I will.
But I had to Fog Blade early.
I'll just. Actually, wait. It's a. If I do this. Oh, okay. This is one of the few where actually this works. So
Resolve.
we'll pick 3 since there are 3 of them because White Layer is not here yet.
Yippee!
And we get what? And it's is it special summon and attack? It's just special summon, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But I guess we'll get it in defense. And then I'll
Can't
go
believe
grab.
you're gonna get like a gazillion things to go off now.
Again, I guess we'll do.
I mean, considering one of them allows you to set up the graveyard and the other one summons stuff from the graveyard, you should activate the one that summons stuff from the graveyard first and then chain the one that sets it up so that you can resolve it, correct?
Yeah, I'm just thinking because the pitches and summon everything happen same time. Yeah, I guess we'll grab first from deck.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a Super Quant card, right? It is. I will grab a There we go. I will grab a Magna Carrier.
Hell yeah.
Then I will pitch for green, right? Yeah, green. I will pitch for green. I will pitch this Magnus Layer to draw 1. And then for red layer, I will special summon. I was trying to so hard find a loophole where I can fire off Fairy Alphen again, but unfortunately, it is not something I can do. I guess. Do I want to? Oh. Huh. Interesting. Do I want? Yeah. We'll get out. Obviously this thing, because as much as I would love to fire off more stuff with Alphen,
Yep.
I don't think that is what's going to be happening here. Then I would like to... Oh yeah, let me activate this first. Activate the Magna Carrier.
Yep.
And I'll pitch for it a Forbidden Lance. And we will go into... We'll go into Grandpa's. And I'm so curious, but you know what they say about curiosity. I don't think this does anything. It's interesting. I literally thought you could only summon once per turn, but nothing in Magna carries once per turn.
It's a pretty good card.
Yeah, I mean, almost as if it's the whole thing that makes the deck function.
Yep. There's a similar deck in Vanguard V format, which has like a bunch of limitations to it, which I think kind of makes it not that fun to use. Like it has the same theme of yes, you're a bunch of heroes that are being deployed from this base, but instead of it being almost infinite use, it's you can only use this once, and you can only use one of these once per turn. Kind of shit.
It just there's a quick effect which is help, but it's just if you have like 2 fog blade, then that would really suck.
I mean, you can just, just activate 2 gram pulses, right? Just easy peasy.
True.
Yeah, just get 2 of them.
Well, I did say something about cats and what curiosity does to them, but it just happens that I'm more of a dog person.
Hell yeah, it's fragile armor.
Yep, I will take poor Hundo. We will go to main 2 and the back row is scary, but 2 can play the game, so I will simply set 3 and bounce it back.
Pass. Wait. Stand by main. Dark World Dealings. Both of us draw a card. Both of us discard a card.
I guess I'll pitch the second copy of Carrier.
Summon Greffer.
That is you normal this, right?
Yes, I know this.
That is fine.
I cannot pitch Ridley unfortunately. So now, just like overlay these 2 and make a anti-luminescent knight Kairnagorogun.
Oh yeah, this is what you were talking about for the Phantom Knights mirror. It has one of the.
And this is pretty good here as well.
Says material from this, then I could have filled. I know when I got if there's a little garden field, you can do this one. Yeah. Cool.
That's okay.
Yep.
Oops. Okay. Then I go into battle phase, and I would like to attack over the super quantum green layer.
Yep, that is fine. I will take 850.
Yep. Then I set 1.
And I do not have a super quant card in my hand, so.
And I pass.
Yep. That would be so funny, though. Oh, that would actually be so fucking funny. I'm thinking, because it would be so... No, that's fine.
Where?
Draw a standby main. I think. Yeah, I think all we will do is set another and pass.
Hell yeah. I go standby main. I set one, I pass.
This is Yu-Gi-Oh! How it was always intended to be played.
I
4.
fucking love it. Man.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
All right, all right. Hmm. Let's check some.
Kieran not being a one spread turn is what makes this so awkward.
Yeah, it's really strong. I would like to go into battle.
Mm-hmm.
Attack into the Grand Pulse. Would you like to activate anything?
I'm thinking about it.
You know what I'm playing.
Yeah,
so...
there's wing and sword are the ones that buff up stuff.
Yep.
One of them protected from. Actually, no, both protected from destruction. It just the sword is for until it gets popped, and the other one is for till the end of turn. I'm trying to think, because I go. See if I do this, it doesn't matter. I think goes to this. It goes to this. That doesn't matter. Then.
Like, I think Kinda Gorgon is a really interesting card in this set in itself, because most of the effects do target. So when I just activate it, when I just play it, I mean, I get to pretty much control the flow of the game in the sense that you need to be constantly playing around its effect. I didn't even consider the fact Grand Pulse being on field is gonna be a massive hindrance for you if I have a Kinda Gorgon on field. Because if you activate it, I can just pop anything. Especially because this is such a back row heavy format.
Appropriate target. So that still functions, but I really have to think about this. Let's do this. You did this. Chain this into.
It's that big focus.
I was literally. I'm trying to think because it's also I don't know what you have set,
Yeah.
which is an issue. Sure, let's start with this. I'll attempt to Forbidden Lands your dude.
Then I would like to declare the effect of Carney Gorgon
Yep.
by detaching a fragile armor and would like to change the target to wait. I don't actually have to declare where I want to do that yet. Actually, I don't even detach yet. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I would declare the effect of Carney Gorgon.
Mm-hmm.
Any responses to this?
This will be. My stuff will be unaffected, but yours.
Wait, no.
Each
I do
one-
have to. No. That's yeah. I do have to in fact do that. Yeah. It's really weird. Like, yeah, I would like to redirect it to Gramples.
Yeah, and I think. Now this is where it becomes interesting.
I would like to also point out that we are in damage step, right?
Does the attack
declare
declaration
that you're entering damage step.
I think.
Yeah, you declare you're entering damage step. So that is the declaration of attack. And now, yeah, we can still activate anything at this point.
Yeah.
But
think,
after this phase ends, we can only activate cards that modify attack, for example.
Yeah. I will attempt to detach here, and honestly, let's just throw the roulette because it doesn't really matter, I guess, for this.
I would like to chain Phantom Knight's Fogblade on Gramples.
All right. For that, I would like to attempt to MST the Fogblade.
Then I would like to activate Phantom Knight's Fogblade.
And I would like to attempt to pop that Fogblade.
And then I would like to activate Phantom Knight's Wings on my Antiluminescent Knight. Actually, wait, do I want to do if I do this here instead, I would like to redirect the MSD that you activated to target this last face down.
Okay. And then I will.
You know what this last set is now, but
it doesn't matter. I'll probably forget.
Targeting who?
Thinking because it doesn't really matter. At least I'll just target my own thing, because at least then you need to use the wings if you want to get over it.
Wait. No, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yep. So everything.
Yep. And then I activate the wings on Carney Gorgon, of course, at the end of it. So it's Chainlink 1. Chainlink 1 is Forbidden Lands, then Carney Gorgon, and then you activate it. What did you activate? Wait.
Oh yeah. Forbidden Lands makes it unaffected by Fogblade. But it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's all pops. And then
it's negated before it. Like, the resolution makes it so that, like, the Fogblade negates its effect before it becomes unaffected by spell and traps.
Yeah, and I mean, it's getting run over by 50 damage anyway. I'm just trying to see what... So this one gets popped, and this one stayed on the field because that was the one redirected to my own chalice.
Yes.
And then, so little like this, and then your The Gorgon is what? 2,950?
2.950? Yeah,
Yeah.
2.950. Yeah. And then that swings over this because it's 2.8 thousand.
Yep. Oh yeah, I completely forgot this is all with the declaration. So yeah, that is.
Yeah. And when it leaves the field, this gets also popped. What does this do? Destruction? Nothing. It has
Oh, yeah,
no
when it
destruction
leaves.
effect. That's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I think
which
that's a
one?
little odd. The fact that Grand Pulse doesn't have a destruction effect.
Oh yeah, it's the thing is that the rangers themselves get
Yeah.
when they
Oh
get
yeah,
sent,
yeah.
like,
When they get some
their...
Grivet, yeah, yeah. Oh wait. Ah, fuck.
Mhm.
You could shuffle 3 cards to the grave, from the grave to the deck.
With blue layer,
Yeah.
it is up to 3, so I guess I can do that and shuffle back the Fairy Alphen, but I don't want to do it for the other ones, so it's up to 3, so we'll just shuffle back the Alphen.
Yep, that is fine.
I forget that was the... Oh yeah, it would have
It's
solved after that anyway. I would like to attempt to Monster Reborn.
Okay.
Targeting my red layer.
Yep.
Red layer summon. I get to add a Super Quant from my grave to my hand, and I guess we'll go for... Or attempt to. Yeah, there is still one more Fogblade, and there's other stuff here as well.
There's at least one more Fogblade,
there's
and
one
there
more
are more
Fogblade,
cards like Bottomless.
And 4 Biddens are in the set as well, so there's a lot of stuff. So.
What would you add here? You would add Quantal, so you can add another card that you can search, and then you would use Super Quantal Mech Ship Magna Carrier here. I would like to Traptrix Trapple Nightmare, your Quantum Red layer.
Yep.
And negate its special summon effect. And
yep, seems pretty good. That goes.
And then you get to activate the other effect, of course.
Yep.
But at least this way you don't get anything from the card that you extend into. So
yeah, this way I only get
you can...
the... Actually, wait, is it the... Yeah, it's each effect. I was making sure, like, is it actually one of them? But yeah, it's each, so I still get the scent effect, so... we'll go for blue here. And
activate effects.
Blue will add to my hand a...
Nope. It does not add anything because you cannot activate it.
Yeah, sorry, I cannot. Yeah, that's my bad.
That's why I did this. That's why.
Yeah. And then I will...
Because otherwise you would have just got...
I mean, you can just run over it, so we'll just... Actually... Yeah, that works. At least I don't know what you have, but... It's still worth it going to...
Wait. Quantal Magvist, you have 1 now, right? Oh, they all have to have different names. Never mind. That's on. I was wondering if you could have done that if I hadn't... Like, I was looking at the Magna Carrier. I was wondering if you could maybe could have gone into...
A Great Magnus?
Great Magnus this turn.
Oh, yeah. No, it would have been pretty crazy. But yeah, it wants the different ones. No, it just is. Might as well still go for it, I think. We will pitch for Magna Carrier, a Terraforming, and I will make another Grand Pulse.
Yep. I think this is probably your, like, 100% your best bet, because this can just send it whenever, pretty much, and you always go +1.
Yeah. And, I mean, I might as well set this. I was gonna say I don't want to set stuff so you don't have redirection, but Magna Carrier's
I
there
don't have
always
anything.
anyway, so
Yeah.
and you don't have the mats, so it doesn't matter. Imagine if it was not once per turn, I just didn't take mats. It's just, yeah, you just never get to play the video game again.
Oh, that would be wild. I'm not gonna...
That if it was printed in 2025, that's what it would look like.
I would like to normal summon the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak.
Yep.
I would like to activate the effect of Phantom Knight's Ancient Cloak. And change it to defense position to increase Interluminescent Knight's attack into 3.250.
It's just this. Yep. That is.
I shall do this. Now
Fine.
it's 2.250 until you're at the end of your turn. And now I go into combat. I attack into this. Fogblade. Forbidden Lance.
I do have the lance.
I lose all
same
the attack I
800,
had, so
350, right?
350, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're playing with some weird increments here. It's
then-
like playing with evil swarms.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. I think I will here attempt to pop this.
I would like to activate Call of the Haunted and
this
special
get
summon
the
Fragile
effect.
Armor.
Yep.
And then nothing happens, but I just do it.
Yeah. Then I will normal summon from my hand a blue layer.
Mhm.
It's a pretty good rip.
That is kind of huge.
And do I want to?
All things considered, I think that's arguably one of the best things that you could have possibly done here.
I think it's literally the. Actually, no. Yeah, I think it's literally the best card I could have gotten. Either that or, it's.
If you didn't have Grand Pulse on field, I would say Red Layer is maybe better.
It's like
because your Grand Pulse, it's been up better.
I guess Monster Reborn would have been like literally the single best thing.
Oh,
I could have
yeah.
gotten, But yeah, like apart from that, is it getting the second best draw in my entire deck? Is pretty good, I think. And then still don't have ways to do that, but I think I don't think that does anything. I think I will add red layer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll add red layer to hand. Then we will use the effect of Magna Carrier to pitch said red layer.
Yep.
Which will summon once again a Ramples.
Yep.
And then red layer will special something out of our grave.
Probably
Something.
Green Layer, right? That would make the most sense, I think. Oh, wait, actually...
It doesn't really matter because it's like I don't have that place here. It's mostly like what do I want to... Because if I get super quants, then I can shuffle that stuff back.
Summon another Campus.
I literally am thinking about it.
Oh, no. Wait. Does Utopic Future require 2 different names?
I'm pretty sure it does. Imagine 2 grandpas to make Utopic Future.
I don't think it requires 2 different names, no. I'm pretty sure
Let
it's...
me consult Google Utopic Future.
With the same rank, except number of monsters. Yeah, you can totally make Utopic Future right here with 2 different cards that have 0 materials. Yeah. And cannot be restored by battle, and I lose here right now.
Bro, it would be crazy if I ran Utopic Future.
Bro, you're not running it?
It would be
Bruh.
so crazy. Of course, I'm fucking running it. Are you
Good,
crazy?
good.
That card is so fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously,
Uh,
like, this is exactly like what this deck can do is spit out and Grand Pulse, like 90% of the time, what you're making is Grand Pulse. So,
yeah.
oh yeah, I literally, dude, the reason why this card is in this deck was literally like, what if I just have multiple Grand Pulses because that's what I'm gonna be
Wow.
making most of the time.
Crazy how that worked out,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's really funny. But I mean, I did some of this anyway, but you know. Let's go. Battle phase.
Yep.
I'm just sad that I grabbed or put grab pulse. Actually, no, because you could have just ran over it afterwards anyway. But I do not like Utopic Future. By the way, I like. Was it Utopic? What is the lion main looking like?
I
Utopic
have no idea.
Zexal?
Yeah, that one.
Like that shit is like that's a war crime, but I do also think that Utopic Future is kind of fucking crazy. At least, but it was only battle. Yeah, at least you can pop it with
No, you can't.
the
Also,
stuff
I get this one.
after you know after you get through the two materials. Smile.
I just need to get rid of 2 different materials, and then I'll have
Yeah, and
a turn again.
you're always getting beat up by your own stuff. I don't like it.
I banish Ancient Cloak
Yep.
to search out Silent Boots. I normal summon not Silent Boots. I normal summon Ancient Cloak, special summon Silent Boots.
Yep.
They shuffled in my hand, so they got fucking.
Yep. Break
Then
sword.
make Break Sword
Seems pretty good.
and detach 1, targeting Break Sword and Utopic Future.
Yep.
Utopic Future doesn't get destroyed. Break Sword gets destroyed.
Yep.
Break Sword summons back out 2 cards from my graveyard, I think. Any Phantom Knights with the same
Yeah, and
level in my graveyard.
they get increased by 1, right? Yep.
Yes, they get increased by 1 by summon. Actually, wait, instead of popping Utopic Future, maybe I pop Grand Pulse here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
So
then
let me
Utopic Future
grab.
gets thing back.
Yeah, can I? There we go. That's these.
Wait.
Oh yeah, this then blue layer gets to float stuff. I guess we'll do.
Wait, no, fuck, that doesn't work again.
Do you want to take it back?
Yeah, I think I have to take it back.
Okay. So then
That is very unfortunate
let me
because I just
do
remembered
this.
that there's a massive flaw in exactly how this works.
We're trying to do some dark Requiem Rebellion stuff.
So the biggest problem with Break Sword's effect, and the reason why you don't really use it often, is because you cannot special summon any cards other than Dark Monsters, and I
Yeah.
was going to go into Shark and go into Utopic
Oh
Future.
yeah. Yeah, that would have
But
been neat.
this,
But yeah, I
that
guess
would've-
it is like if it just literally gave you immediately access to the entire rank 4 toolbox, like for Castle and stuff like that, I guess it would be too good. So it does make sense, but yeah, it is unfortunate.
It is very much unfortunate. Well,
You can still make a rank 4,
I can still make a rank 4. That
but
is
it needs
correct.
to specifically be a dark one.
Specifically a dark one. Which isn't that difficult to do at the end of the day. There's just a couple of problems with making most rank 4s, which is the fact that they don't forward the game state.
Yep.
So I'm a little fucked here.
But what a game
Well,
one
I
for
guess.
that.
Fuck. I guess I'll make. I don't want to make anything that trades because it's just plus a gazillion for you at that point.
Yeah, like
I want to make
crazy
something
for Utopic Future is. That's why I was like the
Yeah.
Dark Rebellion, Dark Requiem. Like if you
Yes,
go all the way
yeah.
Dark Requiem, it's like really.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reduce that thing's attack to half and give that attack to Dark Rebellion.
Yep.
And then go into it's 900 plus, so it's
24.
3.4.
Google
swing
Dark
into...
Rebellion Rule 34 to see what the attack
Don't
means.
Google that, guys. Do not Google any of that.
Yeah, this goes, and then the effect of blue layer, shuffling back. I will shuffle back a Grandpulse. Do I want to shuffle
And
back
then,
something else?
I mean, I think the argument would be to shuffle back in blue layers, right?
I was gonna say, like, I want to have one. I don't think I need multiples of these, so I will shuffle back a blue. And honestly,
And a red. I think a red makes sense too.
I'm just thinking because if I do not want to draw red as much. Actually, I kind of do because the pitch still. Actually, no, I don't. Yeah, honestly, I'm fine with just those two.
Okay, then
Did I
shuffle it.
shuffle?
No.
Yeah.
And then main phase 2. I honestly just want to do this so that you don't grief me by like for some reason you decide to be an asshole and fucking must reborn my ancient cloak or some shit. I banish ancient cloak.
This man is the pettiest motherfucker on this earth.
Yeah. Oh wait. I did have insane lines here. Yeah.
It's a card, and I mean you still have one fog blade, buddy.
Yeah. No, ancient cloak. But why would I search for a card using ancient cloak when I can use silent boots to search for a fog blade?
Oh, I assumed
lets
like
me
you're
search
banishing both anyway.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do from there because I need to have some lines of play. Man. Man. I mean, if you can just make Grandpulse again, it sucks ass. Wait. Am I stupid? I think I might be stupid.
You can just summon out stuff with the fog blade banishes too. Did all of these have the same? Yeah, all of these have the same effect on banish.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just banish silent boots for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll search for fog blade. Oh, search for fog blade.
Yep.
Add to hand. And then I would like to set a card.
I will simply draw another MST.
Simply draw another MST. It sucks for me, but
it's that easy.
It's just that easy, fellas. I mean, to be fair, if you draw blue layer here, that's also MST. Monster Reborn is also MST. So you have like
there's a lot of good draws. This is not one of them.
Okay. I hope it was fucking XYZ Reborn. I hope you got punished.
I do not have XYZ Reborn in my deck after I did the terraformings, but I did have it here before.
How do you have Monster Reborn?
Oh yeah, that's true. I should have kept that in.
He's cheating.
That's funny.
Oh no, bro! He's literally got the strongest card in his deck.
Okay, it's not the field spell.
Okay.
You've cheated a lot of times as well.
That is true. I have.
So yeah, well,
I forgot to put desynchro or synchro cracker into the deck so I could use clear wing, but I didn't even summon clear wing in the game that I did that, so I basically would have bricked myself anyway. So.
What did I don't. It doesn't matter whether I put this in attack or defense, but I mean, because the fog blade will turn that shit sideways anyways. But
Wahoo!
You can make.
I realized last turn, by the way, that I could have made 3 material Bongo and Bongo Myriad would have just been there. Like, go.
Yep. I mean, sure, well, we can just make it easier for you we can flip the fog blade for clarity. Yeah. And then what else matters?
Do you want to redeclare your attack? Oh, actually, you can't even redeclare because you can't attack.
Yeah,
Never mind.
it prevents you from attacking. It's like I was gonna say like I was just gonna turn it into defense, but yeah, it literally doesn't matter. So I will just set one into my back row and pass back to you.
Alrighty then, chat room. There's a problem here. If you read what Fogblade says real quick.
Let me just. I know that you can swing into it. And that's the thing why I didn't put it into defense, because it doesn't matter. Like, I mean,
It does not matter.
If it wasn't that, like, it would just be such an insane card. But it is in some games it makes things really annoying.
Yeah.
Because it just prolongs the game out.
Very, very frustrating.
Luckily, like, Phantom Knights are rippled here and there, and a little later, if we open the floodgates for archetypes a little more, then we'll be seeing Fogblade a lot more. But, like, they're still, like, relatively well contained, so it's not like Fogblade is not gonna be like, okay, we'll see it in every single episode, but we'll see it a lot. I think.
I mean, any situation where we have Phantom or Knights or Fogblade. Because I'm gonna have to ask you: is the apostrophe in Knights? Because you just say Knights.
No, I think we established it. Like, I don't remember with which card, but with where it's like it doesn't have to be the exact. Oh yeah, it was Whites.
Stardust. Whites. Oh,
it was Whites because all of them have the weird naming convention, so it doesn't matter anymore. Because let's go on. It's why because they wanted to have funny names for them. So it's like there's a lot of Knight. And there's a lot of Blade. And I can't wait to face off against Noble Knights with access to Fogblade.
Yippee! I can't wait for Noble Knights to use Fogblade as their one and only set card. And then you just MSD the set card. I'm like, well, shit.
I need that. I need that set to have heavy or storm, because like there's Artorigus sitting with like 4 different swords, and then there's another sword as well. It's like, bro, fuck this shit.
You know, there's a like 4th Solemn card that people never use, right? Solemn Scolding.
Yeah.
There's Scolding requires it to be the only set card in your spell and trap zone. So the way that I used to play Noble Knights was I literally make my sandcastle and I set a Scolding, because like, well,
wait, that's so beast.
It's like this is the only deck that could ever work.
Fucking Artorigus cosplaying as General Grievous, holding 4 different swords with his 4 different hands, and then just in the middle there's one peculiar set card that is like, fuck you, get scolded, idiot. That's actually funny. That's the first time I'll give props to Noble Knights. That's fucking funny.
Hell yeah. I add Cloven to my hand.
Yep.
I normal summon Cloven.
Yep.
I activate the effect of Fogblade from the graveyard. Actually, I'm gonna double check if I can actually. You can only use this effect of Fogblade once per turn. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can. Yeah. I used 2 of them earlier, but I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh yeah, this thing doesn't have once per turn clause, so I'm just gonna use it. But yeah. Yep. I'll banish a Fogblade to summon out a Fragile Armor.
Yep. And then make Shark.
I would like to overlay these 2, and I would like to make a Shark. Yes.
Yep.
And then I would like to yoink this thing.
Yep. You gonna have it?
I'm gonna detach this and overlay these. Boom. And then that gets broken. And then let's see. Do I have anything else I can actually do? No. Combat time.
Oh yeah, wait.
Shark.
I was supposed to. Whoops.
Oh, bottomlessness?
The shark, yeah.
Lancet.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine. It doesn't get destroyed, so it's unfair. Yeah. And then 2.1, 2.4 to 50, and then 3.4. That should be enough.
It is enough. Honestly,
that was like the longest game one we've had in ages.
That was way closer than I thought.
I thought I lost. I thought when Utopia hit the board, I lost. Like, straight up. I was like, fuck, I can't get into Shark easily. What do I do now?
Well, now made different sorts of plays that have to do with the cycling nature of this deck, and now all I need is, Lord, let me summon the great Megazord master himself.
Bro, I'm just gonna put in some more cards that you can't pop with Grand Pulse. Fuck it. Fuck that card.
Also, I would like to not open my one-off Magnus layer this game. That would also be awesome.
If you don't mind, maybe we take a short break.
Yep, we can do that. I will pause the recording for our sighting. And we are back. Just a few changes, but let's see what we can do.
You know, we didn't comment on this in the beginning of the match, but we both have a clean 40.
Oh, that is true. It feels like that's been a rare occurrence, honestly.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time that we had that happen.
Well, this is a pretty decent hand because we do have Alphen. So I would like to use Alphen. And once again, there you go, all three.
Yep. Bro!
You love to see it. Also distributed, so it should be in the grave. And
What
I will get with that a Magna Carrier if my blind ass can find it. Actually,
Chat, I have to point out, if I was the one picking the card, it would never be blue layer, okay? It would never be blue layer. It would always be green layer.
and if my mom had a dick, she would be my dad. Anyways.
Can we say that in 2025?
I don't know. It's just something that my dad said so long ago. It's way funnier in Finnish though, but
Yeah.
do I? Now this doesn't do jack shit. Wait, if I grab this, I get that. Wait. No way, right? I will add red layer to hand. Then I can pitch said red layer to draw a card with green layer.
Then when you use pitch, you get a green layer out.
So I will Doro.
Monster card.
And then red layer sent. I will get a green on Zabod, which unfortunately doesn't summon me an additional card.
Good.
But I think...
Imagine if it did.
I think I can do it. So honestly, I think it's the only thing that I wanted to do. And being able to do it turn one, we gotta go for it. I would like to activate Monster Reborn to summon out red layer.
Yep.
I would like to fire off Super Quantal, Mech Ship, Magna Carrier.
Yep.
I would like to filter out my deck, so I guess we'll first terraform another ship to hand. And then it's not exactly smart, but it's so fucking cool, so I gotta go for it.
It's still winnable.
It's still
winnable, guys.
I would like to discard Forbidden Lands to summon out Super Quantal Mech Beast Magna Liger overlay with. Then I would like to pitch MST to summon out Super Quantal Mech Beast Ouroboros, and I would like to pitch Magna Carrier to summon out Super Quantal Mech Beast Grand Pulse.
Yeah.
The issue here is I've gone through two of these. It's like I could just, make a Magnus here, but
I think you should. So there's like a couple of things about Magnus here. Magnus is gonna have 6 materials. Right?
Yeah, the thing is, because that's the thing. Like, I get to use these effects, or I get to have Magnus with 6. Honestly, it's never happening again. Editor, and the editor, play my theme song.
Go Power Rangers! There we go. The Jeexx rendition of
now you got the Jeexx rendition. Chat, if Jeexx rendition was better, say one. Type one into chat. and chat comments. I haven't even seen that much.
Yeah,
Why am I
type
saying
chat?
chat?
Yeah, because I
Type it in.
said chat earlier.
Type it in.
Come on, Oni.
Type it in the
You know what to type.
chat over at twitch.tv/Jeexx. So next Sunday when Jeexx boots up his stream, like there's just gonna be
Come on, Oni.
some numbers in there.
But what do you mean? Like,
please
it's gonna be like 2 weeks.
Play my theme song. If we get a copy strike for this, it's worth it. I would
definitely will.
I would like to send Super Quantum Max Ship Magna Carrier from my field zone to the graveyard. And I would like to overlay Ouroboros, Magna Liger, and Grumpulse to make the ultimate, the extremely powerful Super Quantum Mech King, Great Magnus. Anyways, it is. There's the bit. I have achieved what I wanted to achieve in my life. I can't believe it happened turn 1. Holy fucking shit. This is why, kids, this is why you should cheat.
Yeah,
And
this is why you should
all yours.
do drugs. Yeah. I said 3. And then I said 1. And I pass. Yep.
Yeah, it's fine. The issue here is as long as you get monsters, it's like...
Yep. To be fair, I can't add cards to my hand. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're on the draw, adding cards, so I'm on the draw, but I can also get other stuff. So, let's just start.
It's
wailing on.
Phantom Knight's Cloven Helm.
Yep.
Nice. And I would like to special summon out a Fragile Armor because it saw a Phantom Knight's monster get destroyed.
Yep. Seems pretty good. Main 2. Go for it. It is funny that, like, I think thematically Super Quants are actually, like, really faithful in a lot of ways, but then, like, they were like, guys, should we actually make the deck have, like, some actually good payoff? And they're like, if they get this, like, fuck off, essentially mini-runga miniad on the board, like, sure, just add a bunch of fucking your opponent can't play the game effects on it. Like, it's a towers with a removal effect and a floodgate.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep. Great. So fun, guys. I mean, I have to try to make you, like, do something. Otherwise, I can't play the game.
I'm just wailing with my big dumb idiot, you know?
We're not fear. I know. So, I would like to activate Call of the Haunted.
Mm-hmm.
To special summon my only legal target.
Mm-hmm.
Is this okay?
That is fine.
Okay. Then I would like to...
If you go Rongo, if you go fucking Rongo minion.
I would like to normal summon Dark Grepher.
I'm thinking of Dark Grepher.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Just thinking, yeah.
Okay, so it is the...
It's the one that it has 3,000 attack, cannot be destroyed by battle, and unaffected by other card effects. So we'll be in the same spot, except I'm playing a less toxic version of that.
Okay, more toxic, but it at least decays over time. I think Rongo is more toxic. One of these is banned and the other one is not. It's all awesome.
Isn't gonna work. It can't fucking work. Oh man. I need some bullshit.
You pitch one. I think. I mean, it still gives you fill on the board. The thing is, you need specifically the sword to run over Mogus.
Yep.
I mean, fuck it. I've already been greedy and summoned out Magnus. Go for it, Gruffer. That's fine.
Oh, okay. That is very nice. And if it does, its attack becomes half its current attack. Sorry, its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, this card gains that lost attack. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because there's cards that say like
even if
gain that card's attack. Like that would work because it doesn't impact the card. You just target the card and say, "I take that card's attack."
1800. Yeah. It would be way scarier if it didn't say that, but yeah. Because that way it would actually be a really easy out for it. Unfortunate. I mean, not because I could still spin it, but at least.
Yeah, but you would have to spin it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you,
that's
obviously, you want me to finally use the mat, so we actually.
Because I need to play the game.
Yes.
What the fuck am I gonna do if I can't play the game, guys?
Sit on a big dumb idiot like me.
Wow, I love sitting on a big dumb idiot. Fucking great. I'm
glad we didn't think of a pod topic for it today. Like this is game 2. This is turn 2 of game 2, and we're an hour into this recording.
So what if I just do this? No, that would definitely not work. Well, I'm just gonna make it. Fucking, just gonna summon it.
Yep.
You can't interact with it anyway, so fuck it.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe we get lucky. You know, maybe we get something.
Oh my fucking god. Oh. Considering my end phase, you can still swing with that shit, so it kind of blows. My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yeah. I'll just set one and pass, or go to my end phase. Sorry.
Would you like to spin my Rangamania?
No.
Fair. That's very fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It's funny that the first one was literally just like we just go super wide, and now this like, hey, let's both play fucking dumb idiots, and oh my lord, my mind's telling me no. I would like to normal summon. Super Quantum, green layer. And with the effect, I would like to spell summon Super Quantum, green layer.
Damn.
I would like to overlay these two. To make Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark. I think. Yeah, we'll make shark.
Yep. When shark gets summoned,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do nothing.
Okay.
Not worth it.
And then I would like to attempt to use the effect to grab Bongo.
I'll Fogblade it.
Yep. Then editor. Once again, that's me.
Yeah.
Play my theme song.
Go Power Ranger.
Wait, what's the end of Did the Dino one have a different theme song?
I don't know.
Power Rangers Dino theme. Dino Thunder. Wait, this sounds like that. Oh, it's different. Okay. Well, this is my other theme song now. I would like to activate Super Quantum Max Sword Magnus Slayer. It's the biggest fucking dumbest win more card in the history of this game.
So it gains 1,200 attack, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Then I would like to go to the battle phase.
Yeah.
And I would like to pitch it. And Magnus gets 3 attacks.
Okay.
And I would like to swing in the Bongo Minion for 600. And then
would you like to do it again?
I think I would. Actually, do I want to?
You can't shuffle it anymore.
Yeah, I'm in damage stuff. I fucking forgot.
Bro, you fucked up.
I did. I want it to be cool. This is what we learn, kids. Never go for the cool play, and instead, like.
I could let you just go back, but that would just end the game. So I'm not gonna let you go back. So
yeah, I would just have it and then be that, but it doesn't matter. We can just sit here still.
I think it's more interesting because there's still things that I can do with the cards that I have in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding. I could do things with the cards that I have in my hand.
Oh my fucking god, what are my draws this game? Jesus fucking Christ.
Just spin the thing real quick.
Monster Reborn. I would like to grab Fairy, where you going? Do you have the second Fogblade before I resolve the effect? Because I would like to attempt to do that. Okay.
I can't even do that because it tributes itself from under it. So
oh yeah, that's
even work on
true.
it.
So it didn't even work. You and
we can't Fogblade this. You can only Trap Tricks, Nightmare Trap Hall.
Now, please, for the love of God, don't get my Alphen. Please. Fucking shit.
Let's go! I'm winning!
I mean, I still get the effect, so.
Yeah. Stay losing.
We'll shuffle.
Stay man.
We'll shuffle back. I guess Alphen, a green, and the other red.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Can you just do me a favor and spin the fucking Rango?
Red will 5. You said you still have ways, so I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I do. I do. I can win.
That's why I would rather not do that.
You can definitely do it because you have lethal.
I will use the effect of Fairy Alphen to make all my Super Quants become 3.
Yeah.
And then Is it actually no? Wait. It literally doesn't matter. You know, it
You
literally doesn't
make
matter.
Grand
I'll just
Pulse,
make
you
pulse.
pop Fog Blade, then you spin Rongo, and you have lethal.
Or I make ground pulse, which I actually think I want. Do I want to make it an attack?
Yes.
I don't know what you have, you fucking bastard.
Bro, I'ma just say that, right? It doesn't matter what I have, because no matter what I have, it either dies to you activating Grand Pulse targeting Fog Blade, or you just win on attrition.
I mean, I win on attrition, and we will go into game 2. I will not. You will not bait me, you foul wizard.
No,
Actually,
trust me, just pop the Fog Blade. Just pop the Fog Blade and summon Grand Pulse and attack, and it's lethal. This thing is still unaffected by card effects. I can't stop it.
But the thing is, if it was actually game, you would have already admitted defeat. I know your ploy, foul.
You need to actually play the video game to keep people to defeat. If you don't play it right, then there's no reason to admit defeat.
I know.
If you don't find the line.
Now see, audience, this is where the villain is trying to convince me that they've given up. They are like going down and it's like, oh, I'm so sorry for the things that I do. And then when I go down, like, all right, that's fine. That's where they stab me in the back. You're actually just making the what's his face? You're just making the Power Rangers episode.
Man.
Immediately to the battle phase, are you activate evenly matched or something?
I can't. I have more cards than you do.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like...
Bro doesn't even know how evenly matched works.
Yes, because I am not a bastard.
In it, bro. No, actually, what if I just do this? Yeah, I'll do that. That sounds good.
Go for it. That's funny.
Yeah. Wait, what? Okay, I activate this on Rongo. In 500, I lose 1,600. Then he's alive.
Yep. I guess this is... I mean, there's going to be another, but it doesn't matter. I might as well here. Like... No, I don't need to. This doesn't matter. Go. Whatever you just said is a red herring, but I want to prove it to everybody.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I just want to get out of here.
There we go.
Just fucking, no. Just stun. I don't want to bother playing the next game. You're just taking too fucking long.
That's funny. But literally every time before,
you literally had lethal. You literally had a card that can't be affected by anything. It doesn't matter what I play against it. But I have a thing that I can do,
and you can then do more stuff literally after.
So. Yeah, but the thing is, you can just end the game if you just look at the board for 5 seconds.
You have 2 sets, and I have 2 cards that can be affected by sets. I can pop one of those things, but still.
Yeah, but then the Magnus is still gonna be on board, and if I deal with the cards that you have on board, I have no other ways of dealing with anything else on your board, because if you don't have cards that I can target other than the fucking Grand Pulse thing, it doesn't work. Not Grand Pulse, but Grand Magnus.
But if the moment Magnus...
Like, the only card in my whole deck that can do anything is Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. And that's because I can target your shark and gain 1,050 attack, and then I can give my Dark Rebellion Dragon an extra 1,000 attack using a specific Phantom Knights card. Now, the problem is, I drew 3 copies of Reinforcement of the Army. And I don't know if I have to explain to you what the problem with that is.
I know.
But I think it's pretty self-evident.
And the moment I spin something, those 3 Rotas are now online.
Yes.
And that's the...
Which is why I need you to spin it. But the problem is, if you spin the correct card, first and foremost, which is like first pop Fogblade, and then you spin Rongo, or whichever direction you want to do it, because you can just do them in instant speed, then
you can just run over my Rangominiat, or not run over, you can just get rid of my Rangominiat and run me over using attacks. And if you don't have Shark left or Grand Pulse left, I can't do anything. Because I cannot play my shit.
But
Because I
still,
can't pop your Grand Magnus using my Break Sword to go into Dark Rebellion Dragon. And I cannot pop a Grand Pulse if the Grand Pulse is not there. And if I pop the Grand Pulse, I can't yoink attack from anywhere. And if I pop the Shark, I can't get attack from anywhere. Therefore, I am completely shit out of luck. So if I get rid of any of your cards that are on the field at that moment, I cannot win the game.
yeah.
So the only way I can win the game is if you literally only do one specific thing wrong, which is not killing me instantly when I have no outs,
All I
which is what you could have
know,
done the whole time.
all I know is we got there in the end, and the evil witch was trying to chant her spell, but I did not budge.
Bro
But like I
has
said, like I
7,500 attack. And he's like, guys, I don't know if I can kill. Guys, I don't know if I can kill. But this set doesn't have any mirror forces or anything in it.
I went for the safe play and it paid off in the end. That's all I know. I could have played it better, sure,
I
but
I don't think this was the correct play
that
because
might be
like
so.
I could have
But
done because I could have done literally the same thing if I top decked the card. The
yeah,
whole time, if I just top decked the card, I could have done the exact same thing.
yeah. But it's
So
less likely. It's if we want to like kind of like this. I assure you, there are 70 plus misplays you can find from the earlier episodes we've done. I am not. I don't consistently play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not a good Yu-Gi-Oh player, so I'm gonna make misplays. But here, like I thought that was the safest way for me to win. I wanted to get to game 3, so that's what I did. And you just had to live with that. So I apologize if it made you upset, but it literally like I thought that was the most
I
optimal play.
draw Greffer, I draw Fragile Armor, I draw Cloven Helm, all of which I have 3 copies of in my deck, which there's 2 copies left. I draw Silent Boots, I draw anything of the sort, and it's game.
But like I said, like if we were always wanted optimal plays here, I assure you, I would not be the one playing here, and I I would also my decks I would grab them online and not build them myself if I wanted optimal stuff. So maybe it was a misplay, but I thought in the moment it was the right thing to do. So I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know how this is different to any other time before when there was a misplay of sorts, but
You're sitting on towers that has a instant speed spin effect that can even prevent my wing condition if you don't activate it early.
but
You
it's like
have 2 spins,
yes,
and the only card in this entire set that can do anything against this card is essentially Fogblade at that point in the game. And there is no way I can get Fogblade on that thing as long as you don't go below 4, which means that you have 2 spins that you can freely use. And those 2 spins enable you to essentially thwart any plan that I have on that turn or the next turn. I, 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 I don't understand. You have 2 pops of spell traps as well, so even if you did go below for some reason, you could just pop the fog blade. Because I can't activate Traptic Strap Hole Nightmare anymore. I can't activate Bottom Strap Hole on those cards anymore. I can pop Phantom Knight's Wings on my monsters, but I can't pop it on my Fog Blade. And I have no other ways of protecting it. I, like, if I make Anti-Luminescent Knight, sure, yeah, that works. That's the only way, but like, then you can just run that over without ever activating it.
yeah, it was literally just I deemed you not being able to get stuff out of your deck with Rodas and the banishes of any stuff that is in the grave more valuable than to speed up the game by spinning your stuff. Like literally, that is what I deemed to be the correct play. Maybe it was the wrong play, but like literally, I assure you, I've made worse misplays in the past many times. So, and I've also many times there has been a potential lethal, I go for it, and I get burned. So I don't know what else to tell you, really. Were you playing Sword at all?
Yes, but it's the worst fucking card. Why would you ever play Sword?
Because
Like Sword, you play it, you literally have a Grand Pulse on field.
yeah, I was literally no. I was more interested in like because Sword and Wing essentially do the same thing. One gives you a little more attack, and the other one obviously stays on the field. So I was like,
Wing is the superior card because you can activate it whenever. You can activate it and then immediately use its effect to summon another card out, and it always gives it protection at least once. It is significantly better than Sword because it doesn't die to spell trap removal. That's the reason why you don't want to run practically any of them. One of them is fine. I was running one in the side.
yeah, cool. I just wanted to ask. Anything else? Since I don't think we're doing a game 3. I don't feel like you care enough.
I don't think there's a reason.
Yeah, I mean,
Like we're just gonna sit there again for 30 fucking minutes doing nothing.
my deck did everything and more that I wanted to do in this episode, so I'm perfectly happy to call it there. And I don't think people want to hear just us arguing about stuff for however many minutes. So that is perfectly fine. Any last thoughts other than you didn't like the way I played?
I think Breaksword is an extremely powerful tech option for any rank 3 deck. There's a big problem with this card, which is that getting it into any deck is gonna suck ass. Grand Pulse has the same thing going for it, but it only has essentially 2 words that exist anywhere else. And the Luminescent Knight has 1 word that exists anywhere else. And other than that, this set has nothing interesting to it. And the Luminescent Knight is also out before this, but again, there's like practically no cards in existence that you can get this card from. Because it is a knight card, for example.
Yeah, so which is funny because if we end up in a scenario where it's Phantom Knights mirror once again, then obviously that can show up there. I was also running to Breaksword myself. That is what I was like considering when I overlaid the level modulated Alphan and Blue Layer. But like obviously I was gonna pop a back row, so I was like, wait, why would I ever make Breaksword when I can play Grand Pulse in that scenario, which just does the same thing but twice.
Breaksword is objectively inferior to Grand Pulse in any situation other than I want to pop a card on my field to activate its effect, or I want to pop Breaksword to get into another rank 4.
And obviously for if you don't have Phantom Knights, like I don't get the summons.
Yeah, it's completely useless in those situations. Like,
yeah,
I think the reason why this...
Go for it.
I think the reason why Breaksword is an effective tech option for most decks is because of the fact that we're slowly entering a point in time where there are cards that you're playing specifically to pop them. Pendulum decks, for example, have a lot of cards that you just want to get rid of. Like I play a monkey board, I want to get rid of the monkey board. I don't want it to be there longer than I pendulum summon for.
I should remind you, there were no pendulums in this set. It was these two and Raid Raptors.
Correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, was there even pendulums? But I don't think because it's every single episode essentially has had perform pals and performages. What's your monster to spell drop ratio, by the way?
18, 10, 12.
Gotcha. So I had 12 monsters and the rest is, I mean, a bunch of spells and then 7 drops. But yeah, I guess there's not much else to say other than Quant's cool deck. I like him, but definitely like, I mean, I ended up drawing the Magna Carriers, but I felt like Terraforming being 3 extra copies of it could have made a huge fucking difference because this deck without Magna Carrier and with it is very different. It's a very different deck.
the only way that this deck becomes more consistent in what it like how getting the Magna Carrier out is by adding 3 emergency teleports, so you can get extra copies of blue layer essentially.
Yeah, I will. That's another card. When I told you that, I was trying to find any way to get terraforming in. That was another way. It's like, is there anything with tele? Maybe port? Is there anything like that? But nothing. Maybe like a warrior emerges and it's like emerges teleport. There you go. But yeah, nothing of the sort. But obviously, Italy is really good. Cool deck. Like I said, like thematically, I think very neat. Then they just slapped a Bossmaster. I don't know if I would play it again. Well, I'm still not like fully settled on the any stuff and like overall just how many decks we're gonna play there even. So that'll obviously affect things because like playing this with like access to something like E-Tele and I guess even 1-for-1 for Alphen and maybe some draw power like would be neat, but the support that they get in the future is like white layer and the XZs are like perfectly fine, but other than that, like I think from what I remember, like the links and whatsoever, like they're okay cards, but nothing like crazy. But we shall see. Definitely like I expected that the deck would be fun, but I didn't expect it to be as fun as it ended up being. But I will say that I did have extremely good draws this episode for sure, especially in game 2. Like I basically had near perfect draws most of my turns. But 122, I think that's a pretty solid length overall, so we'll call it there. Thank you so very much for watching. Sorry for the salty outburst. This happens sometimes when we play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sure you understand. And we will see you next week for Premium Gold in something.
Infinite Gold.
Premium Gold, Infinite Gold. It's something. The next Premium Gold
might be
episode.
Infinite Bling. Actually.
Oh, yeah, Infinite Bling. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Probably.
No,
that.
it is.
Okay.
It is Premium Gold, Infinite Gold. That's.
Whoever named that, tank their salary by $1 for a month. Because what
probably
the fuck is that?
Works in Bushiroad or something like that.
Yeah.
Considering the names that they have in there.
Why Bushiroad catches stray? Anyways.
Golden Dragon, Glorious Reigning Dragon. That kind of shit.
Basically, if you're repeating some stuff in names like, that's a yikes. That should be an automatic, like, all right, what are we doing here? But yeah.
Like, why even have the Golden Dragon there at that point? Just have it be Glorious Reigning Dragon, and then
yeah, exactly.
have it have a type of Gold Dragon.
It's. But we are not naming experts, and I guess neither are the people who name those things. But we'll see you next time for Infinite Gold. I'll just call it that, I guess. And
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a premium gold set, but it's called Infinite Gold.
Yeah. The next premium gold set.
Which is infinite gold.
Yeah, there's an infinite amount of gold, and the gold is very premium in that set, called Premium Gold, Infinite Gold. This is turning
followed by Maximum Gold.
They should have kept TikTok banned.
They didn't even call it Premium Gold, Maximum Gold. They called it Maximum Gold. Bro, what the fuck are you doing, Conan? Oh, this is the last gold set until Maximum Gold, actually. What the fuck?
Finally, if you want to end up in a hospital, listen to the last 5 minutes every time we say gold, take a shot. We are not responsible for your health detriments and or if you end up in a hospital or die. So actually don't do that because I guess they could hold somebody liable. But get out of here before we actually like start threatening, that's a word, threatening people's lives. So thank you for watching and hopefully we'll see you next week. Don't get alcohol poisoning. That's bad.